And let's get started.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's ZYCOO Certificate Sales Professionals session. I'm the presenter, Kenny.
And I'm Emily.
Yeah. And today's content will focus on the ZYCOO's T-Series IP PBX. I'm very pleased to be here sharing something with you. Okay. And and the main content shared today includes the following parts, including our company introduction, products overview, PBX features, telephone features, and some solution sharing. Okay, and the first part I will introduce about our company. Okay, ZYCOO was founded in 2010. We have been focusing on IP telephony system and surrounding software for more than 10 years, enabling our partner and customers to implement VoIP systems or design their own communication solutions. Until now, we have sold over 100 target markets. And on the right side, you can see the time map of our company's product line. We first released the ZYCOO V1 in 2010, and we released ZYCOO Service V2 in 2013. And in 2017, we have launched the ZYCOO V3 and the PA system. In 2019, we have proposed a solution IP audio solution and its related products. And we have released our safety intercom product line in 2020. And in the last year, we released one new speaker SL50 and ISL100 server. And in this year, we have launched SQ10, intercom, and the IP PBX V4, and new column SL30. Okay, before we start to introduce our products, I would like to introduce you some related concepts. The first one is the PBX. What is a PBX? The full name of PBX is Private Branch Exchange. PBX is a telephone exchange system that can serve for internal use and permits sharing trunk line. Its intercommunication ability allows two or more stations to directly connect while not using the public switch telephone network. Okay, and the next is the IPPBX. So what is IPPBX? IPPBX is a PBX system with IP connectivity. IPPBX is a system that connects telephone extensions to the public switch telephone network, in short for PSTN. Yeah. And it can provide internal communication for business. And another important is that VoIP gateways can be combined to reduce long distance call expenses. Yeah. Okay, and the next concept is about the asterisk. The asterisk is a software implementation of the IPPBX. Asterisk is mainly used to establish and control the telephone calls. And by the way, asterisk is not only the engine of our IPPBX, but also the VoIP gateways and call centers. Okay, and this page will show which protocols involved with our IPPBX, such as some call control protocols like C protocol and IX2 protocol. There was also some transport protocols like UDP, TCP, and TLS. Okay, after knowing these concepts, I can introduce some products to you. The first one is our ZYCOO modules. including some full FSO, full FXS, full GSM, and so on. Yeah. Okay, and in the next page, it shows our FSO modules, including the 2FXO and the 4XO modules. Our 2FSO module got 2 RJ11 FSO interfaces, and our 4XSO module got 4 RJ11 XO interfaces. The full name of the FXO is the Foreign Exchange Office. All of the FXO as out. So you need to connect to the FXO interface to the PSTN. Okay, and the next page, it shows our FXS modules, including the 2FXS and the 4FXS. Well, the 2FXS got 2 RJ11 FXS interfaces for analog phones or fax machines, and the 4FXS got 4 interfaces. And well, the FXS means that the foreign exchange subscriber, yeah, you need to connect this interface to the analog phones and the fax machines.
Yeah, and something to help me remember, like to distinguishing the FSS and FSO is you may can like thinking FXO, O stands for outside. So that is the module you're going to connect the line from the outside. And the FSS is something, the module that is going to support you, the devices that you use inside. So such as like the analog phones or the fax machines. That helps me to like separating these two, like sometimes I got confused on the FXS or the FSO.
Okay, and the next one is our GSM modules, which including the 2GSM and the 4GSM. 2GSM means that you can insert 2 SIM cards, and 4GSM means you can support 4. And in the next page, it shows our WCDMA modules. It can support above 3G network frequency band. And by the way, our GSM modules support the 2G network frequency bands. Yeah. And the next module is our PRI module, including the E1 or T1 module. Yeah. They will support the RJ48 cable. You can just connect it to the interface. Okay, and next I will introduce you about our brand new ZYCOO T-Series. It includes T100 for small business, T200 for mid-sized company, and T600 for large enterprise. Okay, and the first one is our ZYCOO T100X.
Microphone is on. 1 second here.
Okay, let's continue.
I think I did mute it. Okay.
Okay. Our T100S can support up to 100 extensions and 50 concurrent calls. And it also supports up to 50 conference attendees. And it will record for about 400 hours recordings and a voice email. And by the way, the storage of the ZYCOO T100S use the 8 GB SD card. And another point is that our ZYCOO T100S didn't support the any module. You can just use the C-Charm. Yeah.
Yep. And if you're using the T100 and like saving any of the recording, and obviously you would need to use a USB drive for saving your recording, since the storage, the default storage is 8 GB SD card. And the maximum capacity on the external USB drive that you can use is 1 TB.
Okay, and the next one is our course T100 standard. Yeah, it supports up to 100 extensions, and it also supports 50 concurrent calls and 50 conference attendees, and it can record for 400 hours recordings and voicemail. The biggest difference between our T100 standard and our T100S is that our T100 can support 2 RJ11 interfaces. You can extend one 2FXS module or one 2FXO module into the T100. Okay, and the next product is our T100A4. It also supports 100 extensions and 50 concurrent calls. And the difference between our T100A4 and our T100 standard is that our T100A4 can support 4 RJ11 interfaces. So that means you can insert 2 FXS or 2 FSO.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or like one of each. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can choose like a one 2 FSS and one 2 FXO. It's supporting 4 analog parts here for the T100A4 model.
Okay, and the next one is our course T200. It can support up to 200 extensions, and it supports 80 concurrent calls and 80 conference attendees. It will support 15,000 hours recordings and voicemail. And the number of the conference rooms will be unlimited. And the VIP trunks will be unlimited too. And by the way, the storage of our CoolOx T200 is that the 1 terabyte surveillance HDD. It has been upgraded. And for our T200, it will support FXO, FXS, GSM, and the WCDM modules. You can pick any two of them.
Yep. Any two of the module.
Yeah. Okay, and next product is our CoolOx T600. It will support up to 600 extensions and 150 concurrent calls, 150 conference attendees, and it will also support 15,000 hours recordings and voicemail. And the storage of it is also 1 terabyte surveillance HDD, and it will support FXS, FSO, GSM, WCDMA, and PRI modules. Okay, and next one, I will introduce you about our EX16S expansion box. Our EX16S is a FXS port extension box. Each box provides 16 FXS channels for connecting analog phones or fax machines to your CoolOx IPTF system for hybrid deployment. As the table, for example, if you choose our T100 and your company has deployed 90 analog phones, then you can choose 6 EX16S for deployment, which can provide you 6x16, total 96 FXS expansion ports. Okay, and in the next page, it shows a very classic IP-PBX office topology. The FXO port of our IP-PBX is connected to the PSTN, and the FXS is connected to LAN. Each department can deploy one EX16 expansion box to connect our analog phones and fax machines. At the same time, newly added IP phones can also be registered on the IP-PBX. Okay, and the next product is our two SIP phones, including H81, H81P, and H83. The biggest difference between them is that our H83 can support LCD color screen and support max 4 SIP lines. And while our H81 and H81P can support 2 SIP lines, and our H81 support black and white screen.
Okay, never mind. Okay. All right, so it's been 20 minutes now. So we will be doing our very first play and win puzzle for today. So, and please read the instruction here first. I will be pulling the question out, and you need to read the question carefully. And please send your answers to the little chat box on your right side.
Have the correct option in the chat box.
Yes, and you need to put in the correct answers into the chat box. And then the first participant who with the correct answer will be winning the $50 of Amazon gift card. If Amazon is not available in your country, we can exchange with another type of gift card that is available in your area, like a Starbucks or Walmart or whatever you want. So are we ready?
We will count for 3.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So and you count and I pull the question up.
Okay. So are you ready? Okay, let's start it. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Here we go.
Here we go. Okay. Okay, so I am monitoring the I saw the first. I saw the first. Just make sure. Let me go back here. Okay, so our first winner is how can I pronounce the name here?
The correct answer is CoWoS T100A4.
Yes, yeah. So the correct answer is CoWoS T100A4. You need to have the full model name here. So congratulations on Vasilis. I hope that I'm pronouncing the right first name here. But anyways, I will be sending you a message, and then please leave me your email address that I can keep in touch with you. All right, so and for those people who didn't get the gift card at this place, we're having more plays in the following trainings, the sections. So let's continue. Okay, and let's go over some of the PBX features. Okay, so for the first feature that we have, it is our operator panel. So the operator panel, it is say individual software applications that you need to download and install it on your desktop. So you can find the download package from our official website, the ZYCOO.com/downloads, and you should be able to find there is a section called the operator panels and download the version that match with your PC. So we're supporting Windows, Mac OS, and also for Linux. So for Windows, we support like 64 bits, 32 bits for both versions. And for Mac OS, it will be the regular Mac OS and also the upgrade version for the M1 and M2 chips from the Apple's MacBook. Okay, and then so what you can use for the operator panel here. So first thing first, it is a operator panel, right? So you can transferring a large number of costs to managing the cost, transferring costs using the operator panels. So on the first interface of the operator panels, you will be able to see all the extensions, including the status. So you will know this IP phone is online and that IP phone is not online. And then within this little icon that's representing the device, you can do many features along with the operator panels for the cost, such as if you need to transfer a call, or you need to like monitoring a call, or you need to split a call, and all those features can be done using the operator panels. And also on the right side, on the operator panels, there is 3 little window pop-up box. And on the box, you will be seeing the call queue, and you'll be able to see like how many calls is waiting in the queue, and the also how many calls that is parked in the park call list, etc. And the second major feature that you can using with the operator panel would be for background music. So one thing that we need to know is the IPPBX. It is
افتح التليفون.
So one thing that we need to know is the IPPBX. It is a standard zip server. So it's not only going to handle all the phone calls and the telephony feature. Of course, the telephony feature would be the major payload for the for a IPPBX, but you can also register some standard zip devices like endpoints onto the PBX as well. For example, you can register the zip-enabled speakers or the intercoms onto the PBX and using our operator panels for playing background music. And there on our operator panel, there is a section called the music section, which you can uploading all the music files that you would like to play, and then creating different playlists, like one for Monday and one for Tuesday, one for Wednesday, etc. And then choosing the specific devices to play those music. And then emergency alerts would be similar to the background music. So if you need to play a announcements or like a emergency alerts, right? You can choosing the specific device or devices. And also on our operator panel, we support grouping. So you can actually putting like all the devices, like these areas of devices into one group, and then the other areas of devices into another group for like easier management. And you can choose like just one group and have the emergency alert, or like multiple groups. And also for daily announcements. So one of the features that we have included on our operator panel is there is a task, is a type of task we call the timetable task. So for what the timetable task do, it is a repeated task. So you're going to select a time range, such as like the whole December, right? And then I can select only for the weekdays, Monday to Friday, no weekends, only weekdays at a specific time, such as at 8 a.m. in the morning. I would like to play a morning announcements through the whole, in our company building. So I can set up a task like that. And this the morning announcement would be go on from Monday to Friday during the whole December. Does that make sense? Okay. And then we have the group conference. So there is a section on the operator panel called the conference sections. So regarding how many conference rooms that you created, it will be showing different rooms on the panels. And all you need to do is just like click on the conference room and then inviting different devices, like different IP phones into this meeting. And on the upgrading on the version 4, which is the T series, we support unlimited number of conference rooms. So in the previous CoWoS version 3, the U series, we support at most 10 conference room for each IP PBX, but on the version 4, we didn't set a limit on the conference. But there is a limitations on the conference attendees. So if you're having a T100 and the concurrent call number is 50, right? So then the conference attendees would be somewhere around 50. And the conference is for audio conference only. So video conference is not yet supported. And you can use the operator panel for like a lot of things. And I would be strongly recommend you guys to download it from our websites and then play around with it. And then we have the WebRTC, which is a web-based interface that you don't need to download and install any software, or you don't need to download any plugins with your computers. All you need is a computer with a browser, so Google Chrome or Safari. And then within, you will be using the extension ID, the extension number, and the password to log into this WebRTC. And after you log in, and you can do a number of features on the WebRTC, such as you can check all your call logs, check your voicemails, do the visual effects, using the panels, the little keypad panels to dial in calls, to like do the call forwards, etc. using the WebRTC. Then we have the billing systems. So that is also a another add-on feature that we have on the on our IP PBX systems. And then the billing system is, let's go back. Okay. And the billing system is totally free. So there's no charge with using the billing systems. All you need to do is creating a user role that is a billing operator or the billing user, and then use the billing user's login credentials to log into the PBX. Then you will be seeing this interface. And within the billing systems, we support to charge or recharge the extensions, and we have the analyze reporting for you to view and to look at. You will be able to see like extension 101. It makes how many minutes of calls, and then in other extensions make how many minutes of calling. And then for the payment methods, it supports both the prepay and the postpay. So for prepay, you can add in a specific amount, like $100 to this extension number, or you can do the postpay. So it will be sum up how many minutes that the extension is made. And then you're going to charge the extensions like for the amount of money. And we have the zip proxy and the remote extensions. So in the past, if we need to register extension remotely, that will be a bit complicated process. You can do, there are different methods that you can do the remote registration for the extensions, such as you can do the port forwarding, but we all know that port forwarding is not safe and not secure at all. And it will be easily get attacked. And the second method would be you need to have a public IP address. So you can buy in the public IP from the provider, the service provider. And but a lot of time buying a public IP address can be expensive, especially in some of the specific countries. It will be really expensive. You're paying like $200-300 per year, or like even more for just a public address. And also you need to figure out all those like DDNS servers, and you need to configuring all the NAT support on the PBX, etc. And in the past way, it will be real complicated if you need to register a remote extensions on the PBX. But for now, on our CoWoS IP PBX, it will be extremely relatively straightforward. All you need to do is to uploading a license and activate the proxy servers, and it will do everything for you. You don't need to do the buying the IP, the public IP address. You don't need to figure out like the NAT supports or the DDNS servers. And the best nice thing about the CoWoS T-Series, it is for all models from T100 to the T600, all models support. We call the always online plans. So it is a package which will contain the proxy servers, the cold call soft phones, the remote management, and also the remote web access. The first year for free, completely free. So there's no charge for the first year. And you don't need a license to activate the always online plan. So within the new PBX, there is a little button on the license page, and all you need to do is to fill in the information like a company name or contact information, etc. And then click on the free trial buttons, and it will be automatically activate the always online plan for you. And for the second year, we don't automatically recharge your money, but if you would like to renew or like to continue using the always online plan, there is another button that you can do the payment things. But if you don't use it for the second year, that would be fine. So if you figure that out, that you don't need to use the software, you don't need the proxy servers at all, that would be completely fine. So just leave it there and then enjoy your first year free always online plan. And I will be going over all these items that is included on the always online package. First, we will be having the proxy servers as I just described it previously. So the proxy servers let you do all the remote extension registrations, the remote extension deployments, etc. There's no need to buy the public address, or there's no third-party DDNS servers that you need. All you need is to activate the package, activate the proxy servers. And then we have the cold call soft phone. And this code card, it is a brand new code card. I know we have a older versions of code card before, but this code card is brand new and now it's available on the Apple Store and also on Android Google Play. So if you guys search out code card, like ZYCOO code card or code cards, then you should be able to download the latest version. And using the code card, you'll be able to do the telephony features, like you're able to dial in calls using your the IPPBX that you're sitting in your office or at your home. And then also you can like transfer in calls using the code card software as well. And also there is no additional cost for the push notification functions, which will be preventing you to missing a call. Then we have the remote management. So the remote management, it is a platform that we built for the ZYCOO partners. And if you would like to use the remote management, you need to get a login credentials from us. So we will be creating an account for you. I will be providing you the login username and password. And since we have like different servers, we will be choosing the server that is closest to your locations. For now, we got seven server location now. And contact us if you need to use the remote management, and we can create an account for you, and then you're using the accounts to log in, and then connecting your client's PBX to the remote management platform, in which you will be able to centralize management or your customers or your clients' PBX and doing the troubleshootings, system configurations, etc. for your
PILANAVIS, Κινέζους.
For your clients. So like if you're having a number of customers, like saying you're having like 100 or like 200 customers, and you need to take care of the PBX, the remote management platform would be a good resource for you to centralize and manage like a numbers of IP PBX. Then we have the remote web access. So after you subscribe it, activate the always online plans. We will be providing you a domain, which will be look similar to this one, the ZYCOO.pbx.zip.zycoo.com, so that if the domains will be showing on the PBX, then you can using these domains to access the PBX anywhere, anytime. So for example, if you are you're sitting at home and you would like to download a specific recording, or if you would like to checking the call history, etc., you need to configure the PBX setting. At this point, you can just like open your computers and then inputting the domains, and you will be able to access the PBX from home. So you don't need to like go all the way to your office and then downloading that specific recording. Then we have the quick setup visuals. So, and I would be strongly recommend for those people who is not that quite familiar with all the IPPBX settings to start with the quick setup panels here. And I know on the previous version, on the version 3, we also have the quick setup panels, but that the new one, the new quick setup panel is more comprehensive. We have adding more features on the quick setup visual, including like registering the chunks like analog chunks or zip chunks, creating the operators, creating your dial rules, and changing the network address, etc. And after, if you can successfully go walk through the whole quick setup panel without any problem, you should be able to receiving a basic features IP PBX done. And if you can like finish the whole quick setup panels at the end, when you finish, it should be able to make the call and also receiving calls for the PBX. Then we have the hot standby. So for what hot standby is basically we are having two PBX running simultaneously. In case one PBX down, the second PBX would be automatically pick up all the operation that is running on the primary PBX, and then continue the operation on the secondary PBX. And for the so for now, the hot standby, the trigger time, it is somewhere around 25 seconds. And then the whole switching process, when the primary PBX is down and then the second PBX is up and running, the whole process, it takes somewhere around 35 to 40 seconds. And on the hot standbys, it supports for all models. On the version 3, we support the hot standby is only available for the U80 and the U100. But for now, on the T series, it supports all models from the T100 to the T600. But one thing that we need to be aware here is if you're using the hot standby, it has to be the two same models. So if let's think that if your primary PBX is a T200 and you're using a T100 for backup, that is not quite realistic, because the second PBX has a smaller capacity, so it won't be able to take over the operations, and the system is not going to match. So if you using the hot standby, make sure that you are using two exact same model. Then we have the system security. So as we know that we are in the 21st century, and then people care about system security, and ZYCOO care about system security as well. So we have in place a number of system security strategy on our IP PBX. For example, we have the dual IP. So for what the dual IP is, you can limit a specific country's IP address and allow that IP address to access your PBX. For example, for my PBX, I'm only allowing the IP address from China. So in that case, if some IP address from the US or from Dubai is trying to access my PBX, now the PBX will be blocked those IP address. Only the IP address from China is allowed. Then we have the intrusion prevention strategy. So in these intrusion prevention strategies, you can set up a specific amount of time, such as, for example, you can set up within 10 seconds if my PBX get more than 5 attempts, 5 to less. So if within 10 seconds, if we got like more than 10 attempts, I will be assuming that it's an attack. Then the PBX will be putting that IP address into the blacklist for a specific amount of time, for such as like for 1 year or for 10 years. That IP address is not allowed to access the PBX anymore. So that is the intrusion prevention strategy here. And then we have the permitted IP. So the permitted IP is more related to the extensions. So on each extension numbers, you can put in a specific permit IP. such as like on my IP phone, I know like 88.101 is my IP phone's address. And then I will be putting this IP address onto the extensions permitted IP, which means only that IP phone is allowed to register the extension number. It's only that IP address allowed to register the 101 extension number. Then we have the blacklist. So blacklist here is the blacklist, as the name suggests. So any IP address that is under the blacklist is not able to going to access the PBX, and opposites of the whitelist. Any IP address that is under the whitelist has no problem to access the IPPX with even with like so many attempts of unsuccessful login. So for example, if you forget your password, your PBX password, and you're trying to log into the system for many times, the intrusion prevention strategy here will be triggered if you're trying to like just log in, and with the wrong password, then your IP address will be showing into the blacklist here. So in order to avoid that happen, and you're probably more than likely knowing that you're going to like forgetting your password someday. So in that case, you can actually put in your computer's IP address onto the whitelist without and the whitelist will be go through the intrusion preventions here. And also we have the firewall protection. Then it comes to the second draw.
Yes, there will be the rules that before. There will be one question on the next page, and please review the questions carefully and tap the red option into the chat box. And the first guy who answered correctly will get a prize.
Yes, so exact same rule and the same instruction as the previous draw. Are we ready for the draw?
Already, I will count down for 3 numbers.
Okay, so you can go ahead.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, here we go.
All right, here comes the question.
Yeah,
And
second
I
question.
am monitoring. Okay, so I already got our first. That is another difficult name to pronounce.
Hazel. Amen.
Amen. Hazel Amen. I hope that I am pronouncing it right. So Hazel Amen. You got the. Okay, cool. Okay, all right. So you got another, you got the second prize. Okay. All right, let's move on.
Okay, in the next part, I will introduce the telephone features. Yeah. And the first feature I will introduce to you is our multi-layer IVR. What is an IVR? IVR means that interactive voice response, which is responsible for providing the transfer menu service when someone makes a call. I will give you an example. If I have an IVR configured on our company's PBX, and when someone calls, they will hear a spoken menu, such as press 1 for sales department and the press 2 for marketing department. Then that person can press the number according to the navigation to find his design department. It can improve the reception efficiency very well.
Yeah, and especially if you having the PBX in those like a giant big companies, enterprise, and there's like a lot of employees, they got like a different departments, and then within different departments, they have like different teams, and then different groups within different teams. So in that case, you will be using the multi-layered IVR. And also on the ZYCOO PBX, we support the unlimited number of IVR. On some of the IPv6, they do set a limited number, such they limited to 5 layers of IVRs or like 8 layers of IVR. But on our IPv6, we didn't set any limitations on it, so you can create as many as you need.
Yeah. Okay, and the next feature is the call queue. The call queue places incoming calls in line, where extension users are very busy with other calls, and the calls will be distributed to the next available extension user. For example, if I call the customer service and I'm assigned to agent 1, and he is very busy with other people, then I will be in the queue and be assigned to the next available agent B. Okay, and the next feature is called call forward. The call forward allows calls to an extension to be forwarded to a specific internal extension number or an external phone number. According to different scenarios, the forward type can be set as always forward mode, forward on busy mode, and forward on no answer mode. Okay, the next feature is the follow me feature. If this follow me feature was set, when the extension receives an incoming call and isn't answered for some time, the call will be forwarded to the correct configured numbers one by one. Is support forward to the home number, cell phone, and IP phone.
Yeah, that means like if I didn't answer the IP phone in the office, it will be calling to my cell phone number. So if my cell phone still didn't answer, it will try to call the home number one by one. Depends on how many number that you inputting within the follow me feature. And the system will be tried like one by one numbers until it try all the numbers out.
Okay, and the next is mobile extension. Mobile extension means that after this feature was set, when a call is coming, the mobile phone and the set IP phone can be ring at the same time. Okay, and the next feature is Smart DID. With this feature enabled, if the extension had previously called by an external number, in the next time, the caller can make a quick call, directly rotate to the same extension without going through the IVR menu. For example, I called customer service again, and I was assigned to the agent green. And I was told that I will get the result 2 days later. And when I called again after 2 days, it would be track the previous call record automatically and directly assign agent A, agent green again. And the next feature is this. After configuring this feature, our employees can dial the company phone and he enter the correct PIN code. Then he can use our company phone to make calls.
Yeah, that would be like very helpful if you need to make like international call. because making international call it is very expensive. The DASA features can help you to using your company's IPPBX to making the international call for you.
Yeah, and the next one is call pickup. The call pickup feature allow users to pick up calls that are not directly to them by dialing a feature code. Okay, and the next one is call transfer. Call transfer is used to transfer a call in process to someone someone in other destinations. For example, if I call the green agent again, I can use the call transfer function to transfer this call to the blue agent. Okay, and the next one is the call spy feature. Call spy feature allows users to dial the spy feature codes followed by an extension number to listen to the call in real time. As shown in the figure, after setting this call spy feature successfully, then the supervisor will hear on the conversation between the red customer and the blue agent. Okay, the next feature is called call split. When an IP phone is in call, a user can use the call split feature code and followed by the IP phone number to split this call with the other party and establish a new call. Okay, and there are a lot of features in this page, such as call parking, don't disturb, music on ring back.
Yeah, and there are like a lot of features within the IPPBX, and we just in this table, we just listed the most common used features on here, but there are like way more features besides this on the IPPBX. Like on this table, we have the time condition. So within the time condition, you can set up the weekends. Like in some country, their weekend falls on Friday and Saturday. And in some countries, like in China, our weekends, it falls on Saturdays and Sunday. So you can set up different weekends and also different holidays, and then set it up within the time conditions and creating different time rules, which will be applied to the PBX. So if there is any outbound call coming during the weekends or doing like on a holidays, it will be with direct the calls to whatever destination that you set up. So that is the time conditions, and we have another features like we have the we already went over the blacklist, and we have the DND do not disturb, etc. And let's go over some solution here.
Okay, the first solution I will share is the enterprise scenarios. Looking at the topology from top to the bottom, the PSTN line is connected to the FXO port of our IPPBX in the computer room, and the FXS port will be connected to the PoE switch to access the LAN. And IP telephones are developed deployed in each office area and connected to the IPPBX for business calls. And PBX panel need to be installed at the reception, which is responsible for management. At the same time, indoor speakers can also be deployed for background music or play some emergency alarms. Okay, and Next scenario is the multiple branches. In this solution, we can view from the top to the bottom again. PSTN is connected to T600 of the HQ. All IP phones under HQ are redirected to T600. And the HQ is associated with the IP PBX of each branch company through routing. And the EX16S expansion box can be deployed under each branch for analog IP hybrid networking or pure analog networking. And of course, the pure IP networking without expansion box can also be deployed. Okay, and the third solution is the legacy PBX upgrade. In this solution, you can connect our brand new T-series IP PBX and the traditional PBX to upgrade. By this way, you can manage all the analog phones through the IP PBX. And the next solution is the hotel solution. We all know due to the large number of the guest rooms, the network mode of using analog phones and expansion boxes can save a lot of cost. For example, an EX16S extension box can be deployed on each floor of the hotel, and each room can be connected to an analog phone or analog phone. At the same time, our IC15 and H81 can be deployed in office for business.
Yeah, it will be like still now in most of the hotel scenarios, it will be still using the majorly using the analog phones, because if you're using like we having like 1,000 hotel rooms, if you are using the IP phone, there will be like a very costly project. So for most of the, I would say like 90%, 95% of the hotel project that we've done is still using the analog phones plus the FSS gateways and the IP PBX solution.
Okay, and last one is the school or campus solution. You can see as the figure. In the playground, we can deploy the waterproof outdoor speakers SH30 for emergency paging or announcement. And we can also deploy the EIA05 to communicate with teachers in some dangerous situations.
To work as like the SOS call point.
And in the classroom, we can deploy the SW15 and the SQ10 for paging. Well, the SQ10 has a built-in clock system, so the students and the teacher can build the time more easily. And in stadiums, EIB05 can be deployed for video intercom, and SH30 can for the loud paging. And in the dormitory, EIA05 can be deployed for some emergency intercom and we deploy some IP phones in offices for business.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's all for this today.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
So
for
if you
listening.
have any questions, please drop us an email at the ZCOO@ZCOO.com. Please remember it's ZCOO@ZCOO.com.